Welcome, everyone. This message can truly transform your entire life. It's not just about your goals or your success. It's about how you live every single day. Today, we are not discussing mere motivation or grand dreams. Instead, we are uncovering the fundamental key missing in most people's lives: consistency. Everyone desires significant results, yet only a select few are consistent enough to achieve them. This isn't due to laziness, but often because they don't understand how to maintain consistency. When life becomes challenging, you start, then stop. You make promises to yourself and then break them. Slowly, you lose trust in yourself, your confidence eroding, precious time slips away, and you begin to lose who you are. But that ends now. This guide will show you how to cultivate unwavering consistency. Even when you feel reluctant, even when your mind protests, "I can't do this," and even when you are tired, unmotivated, or fearful. Once you grasp the profound truth about consistency, you will never falter in the same way again. Remember, engaging with this message will also enhance your English. So, absorb it completely. Rule 1: Why consistency matters. You don't need to be extreme. You simply need to be consistent. Let me clarify something most people never fully comprehend. Success is not a single monumental event. It is a mosaic of 1,000 small, unnoticed steps. It's not about working 18 hours a day for one intense week. It's about dedicating 2 hours every day for an entire year. It's not about studying English for 10 hours on a Sunday. It's about studying 30 minutes every day. Even when fatigue sets in, consistency is the ultimate differentiator between those who merely talk and those who actually achieve. Anyone can perform brilliantly for a single day. Anyone can make a one-time effort, give their best, and feel a surge of pride. But the true victors in life are those who show up, even when it's mundane, even when no one applauds their efforts, even when they feel exhausted, sad, distracted, or frustrated. That precisely is consistency. Consider this scenario: 2 individuals aspire to lose weight. The first person works out for 4 hours every Sunday, but skips Monday through Saturday. The second person exercises for 30 minutes every day, regardless of how they feel or how challenging it seems. Who will achieve their goal after 6 months? The second person, without a doubt, every single time. Because consistency invariably triumphs over intensity. You don't make progress only when you're in the mood. You make progress when you steadfastly refuse to quit. Those who truly transform their lives are not the ones who do everything flawlessly. They are the ones who consistently show up, even when things are far from perfect. So, if you desire a better physique, fluent English, or genuine success, stop fixating on how difficult it is. Start focusing on how consistent you can be. That is why consistency is paramount. It is not a minor detail. It is not merely a good habit. It is the bedrock foundation of every desired result in your life. Rule 2: The discipline versus motivation debate. If you wait to feel ready, you will wait indefinitely. Let's dismantle one of the most pervasive falsehoods you've been told, that you simply need to stay motivated. No, that is fundamentally untrue, because motivation is an emotion, and emotions are inherently volatile, changing daily. One day you might feel exhilarated, the next you're utterly drained. One morning you wake up inspired, but by the afternoon you feel lazy and empty. If your success hinges on your fleeting emotions, you will never consistently win. Motivation is like the weather, it comes and goes. But discipline is like the sun. It rises faithfully, whether you desire it or not. Discipline is the unwavering commitment to do what you promised yourself, even when the desire to do it has vanished. Motivation might say, I'll study English if I'm in the mood. Discipline counters, I'll study because I made a promise to myself. Motivation suggests, I'll go for a walk if I feel energetic. Discipline declares, I'll go for a walk because my health depends on it. Motivation questions, do I feel like doing this? Discipline asserts, it doesn't matter how I feel, I do it anyway. Think of a soldier. Does a soldier awaken each morning and ponder, do I feel like training today? No. They train because it is their mission. Their discipline safeguards lives. They do not await motivation, they live by duty. If you aspire to become fluent in English, launch a business, lose weight, or master any skill, you must live by discipline, not by motivation. Because motivation is transient, but discipline builds a lasting legacy. How can you apply this today? Stop endlessly chasing motivational videos. Start actively creating your discipline routine. Choose one small action and commit to doing it every single day, no matter what. Even if you feel lazy, even if you feel tired, even if you feel like quitting, because that is the precise moment where genuine growth occurs. It's when you transcend mere feelings and act with resolute discipline. And here's an interesting revelation. Sometimes motivation follows discipline rather than preceding it. Take the action first, and often the motivation will naturally follow. Rule 3: break perfection. Start now. Most people are not paralyzed by laziness. They are stuck because they are perpetually waiting for the perfect time, the perfect strategy, the perfect energy, the perfect surge of confidence. But here is the undeniable truth: perfection is an illusion. Progress is the reality. Perfection keeps you trapped in endless contemplation. Progress begins with immediate action. You might say, I'll start speaking English when I'm completely confident. I'll begin writing when I conceive a flawless idea. I'll join the gym when I have ample time. You are not truly waiting for the right moment. You are inadvertently hiding from necessary action. Perfection is your brain's cunning mechanism to shield you from potential failure. Because if you never start, you can never fail. You never experience embarrassment. You never appear weak. But if you persist in waiting, you also guarantee you will never win. Imagine a young man who dreams of creating YouTube videos. He constantly rationalizes, I need a better camera. I need a superior microphone. I need a more original idea. Years pass, and he posts nothing. Meanwhile, another individual, armed with just a smartphone and sheer courage, has already cultivated an audience, refined their skills, and built genuine confidence. Why? Because they did not succumb to the allure of perfection. They simply started. You achieve perfection by beginning, not before. What should you do today? Start now. Right from where you are with what you possess. Speak broken English. Create an imperfect post. Record your rough first video. Write your messy first page. Because the moment you begin, you are already light years ahead of the version of yourself who never takes any action. Do not aim for perfection. Aim for progress. Because progress generates momentum, and momentum has the power to change everything. Perfection stifles speed. Perfection destroys confidence. Perfection murders creativity. But action creates clarity. Action generates momentum. Action builds confidence. So do not postpone for the perfect time. There is no such thing as a perfect time. Start now, even if it feels ugly, even if it's slow, even if it's small. Because every master was once a beginner, and every success story originated with a single, resolute decision. I am done waiting. I am starting now. Rule 4. Give yourself a realistic target. Let's address one of the primary reasons people abandon their pursuits. They establish targets that are excessively grand, too rapid, and utterly impossible to sustain. They declare things like, I'll study English for 5 hours every single day. I'll never consume junk food again. Starting tomorrow, I'll wake up at 400 a.m., run 10 kilometers, meditate, journal, read 50 pages, and simultaneously build a thriving business. This sounds impressive, but it is a self-deception. Because when life inevitably becomes difficult, that unrealistic goal will mercilessly drain your energy, annihilate your confidence, and make you feel like a failure all over again. The goal itself was not inherently wrong. The sheer magnitude of the goal was the problem. You do not fail because you are inherently weak. You fail because you set a goal that your brain cannot realistically repeat day after day. You are not required to do everything today. You are required to do something today, and then do it again tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. Because small, realistic targets executed consistently generate astonishing results over time. Let's say your aspiration is to become fluent in English. You tell yourself, I'll study 5 hours every day, starting tomorrow. Day 1, you manage it. Day 2, you feel exhausted but push through. Day 3, you miss it entirely. Day 4, you are consumed by guilt. Day 5, you quit. Now, let's try again with a realistic target. I'll study English for 25 minutes a day, no matter what. Even if you're tired, even if you're busy. You can easily fit in 25 minutes while commuting. You can do it after dinner. You can do it before bed. It feels manageable. So you do it every single day. And in 6 months, your English proficiency will be 100 times better. Not because you were perfect, but because you were realistic and consistent. When your goal appears too vast, your brain perceives stress. When your brain experiences stress, it resists, it procrastinates. It whispers, let's postpone it until tomorrow. But when your goal feels small, clear, and genuinely achievable, your brain responds, okay, I can definitely do this. That, my friend, is how consistency truly begins. Implement this now. Do you wish to read more books? Do not declare, I'll read 100 pages. Instead, say, I'll read 5 pages every night. Do you want to wake up earlier? Do not proclaim, I'll wake up at 400 a.m. Instead, say, I'll wake up 15 minutes earlier each week. Do you want to get fit? Do not state, I'll go to the gym for 2 hours every day. Instead, say, I'll move my body for 20 minutes daily and then gradually expand from there. Because once you consistently perform an action for 30 days, it becomes an integral part of you. Real transformation does not commence with grandiose goals. It begins with small, attainable targets that you can conquer every single day. So, stop setting goals that inevitably lead to quitting. Start setting targets that foster unwavering consistency. Rule 5 system versus willpower. Winners do not rely on sheer willpower. They meticulously construct systems that render success virtually automatic. Let's debunk another pervasive myth that cripples consistency, the idea that you just need to push harder, exert more willpower, and force yourself. Wrong. Willpower is a finite resource. It's akin to a battery. It drains rapidly. You might successfully use willpower to wake up at 500 a.m. once, perhaps twice. But without a robust system, by day 3, your energy will dissipate and your old habits will inevitably resurface. Successful individuals are not inherently stronger than you. They simply do not depend on willpower. They meticulously build a system that eliminates the need for choice. They don't ponder, should I work today? Their calendar is already blocked. Their environment is already meticulously set up. Their mind is rigorously trained to perform the task, regardless of how they feel. They don't wait to make a decision. Their system makes it for them. Consider the act of making coffee. Manual brewing requires willpower. Every morning, you retrieve the filter, boil the water, grind the beans, and measure everything by hand. Sometimes you're running late. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you simply skip it. Why? Because it demands energy and effort, and it is contingent upon your mood. Now, consider a coffee machine system. You load it the night before. You set a timer. When you awaken, your coffee is automatically ready. No motivation is needed. No internal mental debate. No wasted time. The system renders the behavior automatic. The desired result is identical, but the effort required is dramatically reduced. What is the fundamental difference? Willpower equates to, I hope I can do this. System equates to, I do this no matter what. Willpower battles emotion. System eradicates emotion. Willpower is about trying. System is about repeating. Build your system today. Do you wish to write more? Allocate a 30-minute block on your calendar daily. Do you want to eat healthier? Eliminate junk food from your home. Do you want to learn English? Utilize a speaking app or ChatGPT every morning at the same time. Do you want to wake up early? Keep your phone far away and your alarm clock across the room. Make it effortlessly easier to do the right thing. Make it considerably harder to fail. Because when your systems are robust, success seamlessly becomes your new normal. You don't need to engage in a daily internal struggle. Construct a system once, and it will effortlessly sustain you every single day. Do not depend on emotion. Do not depend on energy. Do not depend on luck. Depend unequivocally on your system. Rule 6, how small actions lead to big results. It is not the grand, sweeping actions that truly transform your life. It is the multitude of small, consistent things you do every single day when no one is observing. Most people are inherently addicted to the allure of massive wins. They crave substantial wealth, colossal results, overwhelming success, and dramatic transformations. And because of this addiction, they often dismiss the power of small actions. They rationalize 10 minutes of English practice, that's utterly insignificant. One push-up won't change my body. Reading 2 pages isn't real progress. And consequently, they do nothing, perpetually waiting for some monumental moment to finally begin. But here is the profound truth. Small actions do not provide instant success. They provide permanent, enduring transformation. There exists a fundamental law in the universe known as the compound effect. It dictates that small, consistent efforts, repeated daily, will generate colossal results over an extended period. It's analogous to planting a seed. You water it today, and you observe nothing. You water it tomorrow, and still nothing visibly changes. But persist in watering it every single day, and eventually, one day, it will burst forth into vibrant life. It doesn't grow because of today's isolated watering. It grows because of consistent watering over time. This precise principle applies to your English proficiency, your physical body, your mental acuity, and your financial income. You might not perceive any tangible changes for weeks. Then, suddenly, everyone else will label you as lucky. For instance, imagine a glass jar placed beneath the open sky. It begins to rain. Not a torrential storm, not heavy downpour, but soft, slow, gentle raindrops. Initially, nothing appears to happen. The jar seems empty. You check it in 10 minutes, and there's barely anything inside. You might conclude, this is utterly pointless. But the rain does not cease. Drop after drop, hour after hour, and slowly, quietly, the jar begins to fill. You leave, return later, and it's half full. By the next morning, it is overflowing. Now, here is the crucial lesson. No single raindrop alone filled the jar. It was the cumulative power of consistent small actions, repeated relentlessly, that achieved it. That is precisely how results manifest in life. One 10-minute English session will not render you fluent. One healthy meal will not instantly transform your body. One focused hour will not build your career. But perform these actions daily, like the relentless rain, and one day you will overflow with results. Do not ask, what is the biggest thing I can accomplish today? Instead, ask, what is the smallest action I can perform every single day without fail? Because the smallest daily habit possesses more power than the most significant action undertaken just once. Do you wish to build muscles? Begin with 5 push-ups a day. Do you aspire to write a book? Write 100 words a day. Do you want to become fluent in English? Speak 3 sentences aloud every day. Commit to this for 90 days and then reassess. You will scarcely recognize the person you have become. Small actions may feel insignificant, but they are the most potent weapons wielded by the successful. So stop dismissing what appears small. Start honoring what you can genuinely accomplish today, no matter how trivial it may seem, because monumental success is simply a collection of small habits, consistently repeated for a sufficient duration. Rule 7, repetition creates mastery. The individuals who achieve greatness are simply those who did not stop. This rule encapsulates the profound secret behind every genius, every fluent speaker, every millionaire, every artist, every athlete. It is not innate talent. It is not exceptional speed. It is not some natural, inherent gift. It is this singular truth they repeated the same action so many times that it became an intrinsic part of their body, their brain, and their very being. You attempt something once, and you are not proficient at it. Consequently, your brain whispers, "I am not destined for this. This is not my inherent skill. I will never feel confident in English. I am simply not a disciplined person." Wrong. You do not become proficient by merely trying. You become proficient by repeating the action again and again and again until your body executes it without hesitation. Until your mouth articulates English without conscious thought. Until your brain no longer resists the habit, it automatically follows it. Consider a child learning to walk. The child falls repeatedly, yet they persistently stand back up. They keep trying because their brain is acquiring knowledge through the power of repetition. Now, imagine if that child had surrendered after just 3 attempts. They would never learn to walk. But they do not stop because repetition is the fundamental mechanism by which the brain rewires itself. Repetition is the birthplace of confidence. The science of mastery is clear. Every time you repeat an action, your brain forges a neural connection. It's like carving a path through a dense jungle. The first time you traverse it, it is arduous. The second time, it is slightly clearer. After 100 repetitions, it transforms into a clear, well-trodden road. This is precisely what mastery entails, a robust neural pathway in your brain, meticulously forged by repetition. Apply this principle now. Do you wish to speak English naturally? Repeat the same phrases daily for 30 days. Do you want to conquer procrastination? Practice starting your work immediately for 30 days. Do you want to enhance your physical body? Repeat your daily movement routine for 30 days. Because after 30 days of consistent repetition, it no longer feels difficult. It feels utterly normal. And once it's normal, it belongs to you forever. Do not aim to be great at everything. Aim to repeat the right things until greatness becomes an automatic, inherent quality. So, if you find yourself feeling stuck, do not try harder. Repeat more. Repetition is not monotonous. Repetition is power. Rule 8. How to overcome procrastination. Procrastination is not fundamentally a time management issue. It is a self-control problem. It's not that you lack time. It's not that you are unaware of what needs to be done. It's not even that you are inherently lazy. It is that your brain has been conditioned to instinctively avoid discomfort. And every truly important endeavor in life, whether it's speaking English, engaging in exercise, cultivating a new skill, or launching a business, invariably requires you to experience a degree of discomfort. So, your brain cleverly suggests, let's do it later. Let's scroll social media for 5 minutes. Let's eat something first. Let's wait until we feel a surge of motivation. And every single time you acquiesce to that internal voice, you are reinforcing to your brain that avoiding the work is an acceptable option. The longer you defer, the heavier the task becomes. The more you delay, the more self-loathing you accumulate. The more you push it to tomorrow, the more internal pain you will carry within your chest today. Because procrastination does not merely squander your time, It systematically erodes your confidence. Imagine two individuals who wish to improve their English. One opens a mirror and immediately begins speaking, even if their grammar is imperfect. They speak for 5 minutes. That's it. The other says, "Let me watch some motivational videos first. Let me meticulously clean my desk. I'll start when I'm ready." 30 minutes pass. They have accomplished nothing. Then they are consumed by guilt and declare, "I'll try again tomorrow." That is how months slip by. That is how dreams perish. Not because they are inherently impossible, but because of the insidious grip of procrastination. Here are practical strategies. 1. Count backwards from 5 and move. The 5-second rule operates like this. As soon as you conceive of the task, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Stand up, move. Begin before your brain has a chance to formulate an excuse. This effectively neutralizes hesitation before it can take root. 2. Implement the 2-minute rule. Tell yourself, "I'll just do 2 minutes." That is all. Simply open the notebook, utter one sentence, perform one push-up. Once you initiate, momentum will naturally take over. Because starting is invariably the most challenging aspect. 3. Eliminate the decision entirely. Do not ask, "Should I study now?" Instead, simply declare, "It's 9:00 a.m. It's my English time." Transform it into a non-negotiable system, much like brushing your teeth. You don't need to make a conscious decision. You simply do it. 4. Make it visibly trackable. Utilize a calendar. Place a prominent red X on every day you successfully complete your habit. Extend the chain so significantly that breaking it feels genuinely painful. This cultivates emotional investment. 5. Change your language from "I have to" "I get to." Do not say, "I have to do this." Instead, say, "I get to build my dream today. I get to train myself. I get to become the person I admire." Shift your mindset. Transform pressure into privilege. You will never inherently feel like undertaking difficult tasks. But the individuals who triumph do not wait to feel ready. They act regardless. They understand that the pain of starting is fleeting, perhaps 5 minutes, but the agony of regret is a lifelong burden. Your future is being meticulously constructed right now, or systematically dismantled, based on what you choose to delay. Stop waiting. Start doing. This is your moment. Rule 9, follow your mind, not your heart. Your heart yearns for comfort. Your mind strives for growth. Choose wisely. We inhabit a world that constantly advises, follow your heart. Do what feels good. Listen to your emotions. However, your heart is inherently emotional. Your heart desires what is easy. Your heart craves instant gratification, not enduring long-term success. And if you consistently yield to that voice, you will inevitably live a life riddled with regret. Your heart might whisper, skip the workout. Rest today. Don't speak in English. What if they laugh? Let's just watch YouTube instead. You deserve it. Your mind, the robust, rational faculty within you, asserts, we committed to training today. Let's move. This English conversation will enhance our abilities. Speak up. We have significant goals. Let's maintain our focus. Now honestly ask yourself, which voice do you heed every single day? Because that is the voice that is dictating the trajectory of your life. Imagine someone endeavoring to wake up early. The alarm sounds at 6:30 a.m. Their heart pleads, "It's too cold. Sleep more." You desperately need rest. Their mind declares, "You stated you desired a better life. Get up." Most people hit the snooze button. They succumb to their heart's desires. They experience fleeting warmth for 30 minutes and carry the weight of regret for the remainder of the day. But the individual who listens to their mind gets up, shows up, and levels up. Not because it feels pleasant, but because it is absolutely necessary. What the mind profoundly understands is this: pain today equals power tomorrow. Sacrifice now equals freedom later. Difficult decisions now equal an easier life later. The heart conveniently forgets these truths. The mind never does. The heart seeks comfort. The mind seeks clarity. The heart desires escape. The mind demands progress. How to train your mind to lead one: pause when emotions are overwhelming. Before making any significant choice, ask yourself, am I being swayed by comfort or by growth? If it's comfort, pause. Allow your mind ample time to articulate its wisdom. 2. Conduct a morning meeting with yourself. Each morning, inquire, what would the absolute best version of me accomplish today? Write it down and diligently execute that, not what your heart impulsively feels. 3. Establish clear rules for emotional responses. For instance, no important decisions when I'm emotional. No skipping habits unless I am genuinely physically ill. No quitting something on a bad day. This safeguards your goals from the inevitable storms of emotion. You will perpetually harbor two distinct voices within you. One will say, relax, take it easy, do it later. The other will emphatically declare, no, we declared we desire something greater. Let's go. The entire direction of your life hinges on which voice you ultimately choose to follow. Do not follow the voice that offers momentary gratification. Follow the voice that steadfastly leads you toward true greatness. Rule 10, focus on one thing only. Most people falter in life not because they lack talent, but because they are attempting to win 100 battles simultaneously. They endeavor to build a business, achieve physical fitness, master a language, attain fame, enhance confidence, read numerous books, revolutionize their habits, and accumulate wealth all at once. Their energy is dispersed everywhere, and because of that, they are effectively nowhere. You can aspire to be average at everything or truly great at one thing, but you cannot be both. True greatness emanates from depth, not from breadth. You do not become powerful by sampling a little bit of everything. You become powerful by committing wholeheartedly to one singular pursuit. Focus is not merely a productivity tool. Focus is a potent spiritual weapon. It distinguishes the weak from the world class. It separates mere noise from impactful action. It segregates motion from genuine achievement. For example, imagine sunlight streaming through your window. It feels warm. It illuminates the room, but it cannot cut through any material. You could stand in it all day and nothing substantial would truly happen. Now, imagine taking that exact same light and concentrating it into one single, intensely narrow beam, a laser. Suddenly, that identical light becomes so focused, so sharp, so intense that it possesses the power to cut through solid steel. Sunlight and a laser are composed of the same fundamental energy. But focus transmutes ordinary power into an unstoppable force. That is precisely what unfolds in your own life. When your energy is scattered a little here, a little there, you remain warm, comfortable, and ultimately average. But when you select one clear goal, one mission, one singular obsession, and you channel your full energy into it every single day, you will relentlessly cut through failure, you will shatter resistance, and you will generate tangible, profound results. Focus is not about doing less. It is about doing what genuinely propels you forward with every ounce of your power. Just like the laser, your brain is not engineered for multitasking. When you fragment your energy, you fragment your growth. You fragment your confidence. You fragment your results. But when you dedicate your full, undivided attention to one goal, your progress accelerates tenfold. Your energy becomes purer. Your belief in yourself grows exponentially stronger. You cease feeling scattered. You begin to feel utterly unstoppable. What action can you take now? Choose your one mission. Not two, not five. Choose one. Resolutely say no to distractions. Eliminate anything that does not directly serve your singular goal. Commit wholeheartedly for 90 days. Dedicate your mornings, your unwavering focus, your peak energy to this one mission. Because once you experience the profound power of genuine progress, you will never willingly revert to chaos. If you attempt to chase two rabbits, both will inevitably escape. But if you pursue one, you will succeed. So, stop striving to be exceptional at everything. Become a master of one, then, and only then, move on to the next. That is the blueprint for how legends are meticulously built. Rule 11. The science of habit formation. Your habits are not merely isolated actions. They are the architects of your future. You have undoubtedly encountered the term habit before, but you have likely never been thoroughly educated on the precise mechanics of how habits truly operate. Let's demystify it now, because if you grasp this singular rule, you will cease forcing yourself to be consistent, and consistency will spontaneously become automatic. The scientifically proven 3-step habit loop. Every habit in your life, whether beneficial or detrimental, adheres to this fundamental loop. 1. Cue trigger. Something prompts you to act. An alarm clock rings, and you instinctively reach for your phone. Feeling bored, you automatically open Instagram. Seeing your reflection in the mirror, you feel discontented about your body. 900 a.m. arrives, and you commence your work. Your brain is perpetually scanning your environment for these cues. 2. Routine. Action. This is the behavior itself. What you physically do. Scrolling, eating, speaking, walking, avoiding, delaying, repeating. 3. Reward. This is the gratification your brain receives from performing the action. Dopamine release, pleasure, relief, escape, validation. And every time your brain derives enjoyment from that reward, it powerfully reinforces the habit loop. So, even if it's a negative habit, if it provides a reward, your brain will crave its repetition. You do not ascend to the lofty heights of your dreams. You inevitably descend to the foundational level of your system. If you do not consciously control your habit loops, they will assuredly control you. But here is the excellent news. You possess the innate ability to create entirely new loops. You can systematically retrain your brain. You can construct habits so incredibly robust that consistency becomes utterly effortless. How to build a habit that endures. Step 1. Establish a crystal clear cue. Do not vaguely say, "I'll speak English today." Instead, declare, "After I brush my teeth, I will dedicate 5 minutes to English speaking." That provides a specific trigger your brain can reliably connect to. Step 2. Maintain a simple routine. Do not attempt to commit to an hour initially. Begin with 5 to 10 minutes. Keep it light. Keep it easy. This reassures your brain and makes it feel safe. Step 3. Immediately reward yourself after completing the routine. Utter something positive. Smile. Track your progress on a calendar. Tell yourself, "I am immensely proud of this. This is now an integral part of who I am." Step 4. Repeat it daily, without fail, no matter what. Repetition meticulously constructs the neural pathway. Repetition renders it automatic. Continue until you no longer need to consciously think about it. Once your brain observes you consistently repeating a habit, it ceases to perceive you as a person merely trying. It begins to perceive you as a person who inherently is that thing. You no longer say, "I'm trying to learn English." You confidently declare, "I speak English daily. That is who I am." You no longer say, "I'm trying to be healthy." You confidently assert, "I move my body every day. That is my identity." Habits are not merely what you perform. They are who you ultimately become. If you genuinely desire to transform your life, do not attempt to change everything simultaneously. Systematically change your habits, and those habits will, in turn, transform your entire life. The world does not bestow rewards upon the talented alone. It overwhelmingly rewards the consistent. You have just absorbed 11 of the most profound truths concerning how to cultivate unwavering consistency. These are not superficial easy tips, nor are they temporary tricks. They are deep, life-altering rules that possess the power to fundamentally rewire your brain, your habits, your results, and your ultimate destiny. Now, honestly ask yourself, how many times have you uttered, "I'll start tomorrow"? Next week, I'll be serious. One day, I'll finally be consistent. And that elusive tomorrow never materialized. That one day transformed into no day, and life simply continued its relentless march forward. But here is the stark truth. Time is not patiently awaiting your decision. Your dreams are not paused for your convenience. Life is not decelerating its pace. Every single minute you delay is a minute you could have strategically invested in constructing your future. Every hour you squander is an hour someone else is diligently utilizing to surge ahead. Every day you passively wait for motivation is a day of regret you will carry with you forever. You are presented with two distinct choices right now. Choice 1, revert to your old, familiar patterns. Allow this powerful message to become just another fleeting motivation. You promptly forget tomorrow. Return to waiting, scrolling, planning, dreaming, hoping, but deep down, still feeling lost, inconsistent, and utterly stuck. Choice 2, make a resolute decision. Right now, not next week, not later. Right now, decide that from this day forward, You will become the kind of person who unequivocally does what they say, who shows up unfailingly when it's arduous, who pushes forward relentlessly when others cease, who unequivocally chooses discipline over fleeting distraction, who prioritizes unwavering focus over debilitating chaos, who consistently opts for small, consistent steps over grand, empty pronouncements. You do not achieve success by merely doing what you desire. You achieve success by diligently doing what you promised yourself, even when you vehemently do not want to. This is the crucible in which truly great people are forged. Not in the public eye, but in the quiet solitude of private struggle. Not when they are brimming with motivation, but when they are utterly exhausted, frustrated, tired, unmotivated, and yet they still show up. Because that, my friend, is the essence of real consistency. That is what meticulously builds legends. So here is your imperative action plan. Pick your one defining goal. Construct your impenetrable system. Start small. Repeat daily. Do not skip. Do not quit. Do not passively wait for motivation. Do not procrastinate for perfection. Just move. Just do. Just begin. Again and again and again. One small, deliberate action every single day, no matter what. That truly is the life-changing secret. That is precisely how you construct your dream. That is how you unequivocally win. Success is not contingent upon feeling ready. It is about transforming into the kind of person who shows up every single day, regardless of circumstances. You are not inherently weak. You are not inherently lazy. You are simply undisciplined. But that unfortunate chapter ends now, because now you possess the profound knowledge of what must be done. If this message has ignited something deep within you, if it has made you feel stronger, clearer, or more focused, then do not merely click away and allow it to fade. Make an unshakable promise right now and immediately follow it with decisive action. And if you desire more empowering messages that simultaneously reshape your mindset and elevate your English, subscribe to this channel. Because here we don't just speak English, we speak growth. We speak consistency. We speak power. This is your time. This is your life. This is your turn. Show up. Stay consistent and meticulously build the extraordinary life that has been patiently awaiting the stronger, more consistent version of you.